In my last video, I discussed all the books I read in 2022. In this video, I'm going to go over all the books I hope to read in 2023. First of all is a book which I actually started last year, and I was loving this book. I don't even know why I put it down, but I did, and I haven't picked it back up. This book is Scales of Ash and Smoke by Emily Schneider. I love this book, okay? Like 50 pages in, I knew it was going to be a 5-star read. I only have about 100 pages left, and I just need to sit down and finish them. Because, again, I am loving this book. And once I finish that book, I get to move on to its sequel. Next up is another book I started back in 2022. This book is A Gamble with Fate by Raphael Dietrich. That did not sound right coming out of my mouth, so sorry if I mispronounced your name. Anyways, I only read the first couple chapters of this book, but I was enjoying it. I just set it aside like I did Scales of Ash and Smoke and never got back to it. But fingers crossed for 2023. Another book I want to read in 2023 is The Hunter in the Room by Ariana Tosado. I read Our Mistaken Identity, and I enjoyed it, so I really want to get around to the sequel, especially because she has a third book coming out soon. After that, we have a book which I wanted 80% because the cover is gorgeous. The other 20% is because it sounded really, really cool. This book is From the Mouths of Sirens by Abigail Hare. So this book is like a Hunger Games meets Little Mermaid retelling. It sounds absolutely awesome, and I cannot wait to read this thing. Next up, we have Once Upon a Broken Heart by Stephanie Garber. I've read one other book by Stephanie Garber, and that book was Caramel, which I really, really loved until the last 20 pages. Something about that ending just threw me out of her world, and I couldn't get back into the sequel. So I'm gonna try this book, and I really hope it's good, because her style I just remember loving so much. So fingers crossed this book will be good. Next, another sequel that I talked about in my last video. Untamable by MC Pending. Untouchable was awesome, and you know, we've got to read the sequel. Now we're going to head back over to my indie book collection. With Where Iron Meets Flame by Louise Everett. This cover is absolutely gorgeous, first off, and it sounds really, really cool, so I can't wait to read this book. Hopefully I will do it in 2023. Next up is one of the indie books I got for Christmas. That book is The Rise of the Raiden by Susan L. Markloff. The Rise of the Raiden is a YA urban fantasy, and I'm really excited to read it. It also has a sequel coming out in February, I believe. So that'll be something to look forward to. The next book that I'm definitely going to read in 2023 is Of Secrets and Serpents by Gabriella Lavarello. I don't actually have a physical copy of this yet. I got it for Christmas, but it was running late, so it's currently at my grandmother's house. But as soon as I get it, I am very excited to read it, because I loved the first book of Liars and Thieves. Next up is a Dracula retelling called Heart of the Impaler. This book just looks awesome. I really hope I get around reading 2023, but we'll see. And finally, one of the few books that I know I am going to read this year. This book is Wicked the Grimoire. This book has so much behind the scenes information in it. I've only been able to flip through it so far, but I'm really excited. As you can see, the inside just looks amazing. It has so much information in here, and I really can't wait to read this thing. There is so much inside this book, and I will definitely be reading it in full because I am seeing Wicked on tour twice this year. I'm very excited about that, and I'm also really, really excited to tell all of my family all this information in this book. I hope you guys enjoyed that video, and I will see you next time.